Queen, you could not wait just a couple months. You. Well, Hotel Kings and Queens. Alright, today we're going to have a conversation about Sha'Carri Richardson. She's an LSU 100-meter track star who recently qualified for the Tokyo Olympic Games of 2021. But for those who may not have seen her, here she is.
Including the world record in 2012. Sha'Carri Richardson, when she was in high school, they said, well, you're not going to go to college and dominate those women. She went to LSU her freshman year, she sets the collegiate record. And she turned pro and they said, well, you're young, you have to pay your dues. Here she is, second fastest in the world.
Richardson said, I could just tell you this is another race, but I have to give respect to the magnitude of this event. Sha'Carri Richardson with that bright orange hair. She wasn't the first out of the blocks. On the inside, Tiana Daniels got a good start, but this is where Richardson winds up and eases back. She points to the time, 10:65. How about that? Eclipses her 10:72.
It's wind-aided, but she started pointing at the clock 30 meters before. She started pointing at the clock 30 meters before the finish line. As my coach always said, if you're pointing...
So recently, Sha'Carri Richardson has been suspended from joining the Olympics because she failed a drug test. Alright, she tested positive for marijuana.
Stay off the weed. And you can't stay off the weed. He ain't getting busted for using weed. Stays off the weed. You couldn't stay off the weed. Stay off the damn weed. And they don't listen.
And what I have to say is, you couldn't wait a month? You couldn't wait a month and a half? Literally. You know as a athlete, marijuana or any of these drugs are against your sport. Like, every athlete know you can't smoke weed and do it. Almost every sport, you cannot smoke weed. It's against the rules. Like, why would you smoke? And she did come out and say because her mother, she has trauma because her mother recently died, right? And the pain that is causing her and her family, you know, she needed that pain reliever. And I can understand, you know, when you stressed out and you're dealing with something that's hurting and impacting you, okay, mentally, which leads to physically, sometimes you need something to take that stress and that anxiety and that pain away. I understand that 100%. But you know it's against your rules. The rules are the rules. And my thing is, when this story came out, I see black people fighting for her. They like, what, marijuana? She should still be able to run track. And I'm like, I agree. It is stupid that she can't go to Olympics because of marijuana. Okay, we need to change these Olympic rules, right? Because athletes, marijuana is not going to help you in any way to an athlete. It's going to slow you down as an athlete, okay, if you do it. So it's not going to help you go faster in any type of way or help you at all, okay? It'll probably make it harder for you to be an athlete, to be honest. But this is the thing. I'm with my black people going hard for this black American queen. But she knew the rules. She didn't follow the rules. Black people, you cannot be mad at the Olympics because she didn't follow the rules. Like, I see people on Twitter, on Instagram, talking about this is racism. They racist against her. They trying to hold her back. They want her to fail. The system is this and white supremacy. And I'm like, this wasn't a surprise test. Like, she knew this test was coming. She knows the rules. The rules don't say if you black, you the only one gotta take a drug test. Like, I'm not understanding why black people feel as though they can play victim with everything. She made a bad decision, a bad choice, and now she has to deal with that outcome. At the same time, I am sorry for the pain she's dealing with, because now she has to deal with her mother dying and not even be able to do her dream of going to the Olympics, when so many people go their whole lifetime without being able to go to the Olympics. So I feel sorry for her in both ways, but let me tell you, I deal in accountability of your own actions. She made a bad action and created a negative outcome. Okay? Black people, I understand you want to go hard and ride for her. I'm with you. But you can't blame nobody but her. Okay? Now, like I said, you can get mad about the rule. Go talk to them about the rules so no one ever in history has to deal with that. Right? Go talk to Tokyo. Go talk to the Olympics. Tell them a player should be able to smoke marijuana and be able to be in the Olympics. Do that. But black people, it's her fault. She has to take that accountability for her actions. The system, white people, the Olympics did not put weed in her body. Okay? They didn't tell her to go around weed, and they didn't tell her to inhale weed. She chose to do this on her own, and she knew what would happen. And she made her choice. Okay? Black people, we have to stop trying to play victim for everything. Okay? Take accountability for the actions you did and created. I'm tired of black people not wanting to take accountability for anything, but ready to blame everything else. Like accountability equal racist. Like, this is crazy to me. Instead of telling the queen, damn, you fucked up, take your L, okay, because you shouldn't have smoked marijuana, and then work your ass off so next year you can do it right. Instead of giving this positive message and this real message, we want to lie and try to blame and try to use racism, and the system is doing it to try and get her into the Olympics after she messed up. Okay? She has to take that. Now, let me know in the comments. Are you on the side of, oh, she a black woman, they against her, this is racism, the system knew she was going to smoke marijuana, that's why they made the rule at the beginning of the Olympics, because they knew she was going to come and smoke, and so the Olympics is against her, and it's a system, and they trying to blackball her, and they know her black excellence, so they don't want her to succeed? Are you that? Or are you on the side of, queen, you fucked up, why did you smoke? All you had to do was wait a month and a half, and I understand how hard it is with so much pain you're going through mentally, okay? But you still should have not smoked. It's the Olympics. Like, when you're going to the Olympics, you gotta let all that shit just ride. Deal with that. I know I'm not trying to say deal with your pain after, but you can't use things to try and escape your issues. Okay, and your traumas. You just have to go through them and make sure you put that shit in your work. Make sure you win the Olympics for her. But you messed up. Now it's time to go back to the drawing board, go work out, go practice, and just be ready for next year. And beat your last record. Beat this year record next year. Are you on that side? Let me know how y'all feel. Comment down below. Like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Hold up.